I played 15 cozy game demos to help you decide which are worth wishlisting. All of these games are played through Steam, and most of them still have demos up if you're interested. The first game is a game I'll tell you already needs to be on your wishlist, and it's called Fantastic Haven. This game has you rescuing and rehabilitating fantastical creatures, managing a society of mages, and going on expeditions to gather new resources and to bring others to your cause. The demo starts out with you being able to choose your own starting point on a large map of different locations, and each one has unique traits. You can construct buildings and facilities to unlock new research to house and feed your rescue creatures. Your mages can harness ether to slowly repair the world around you, and if you find a creature in need while out exploring, you can help bring it back to quarantine. Your job then is to build up the perfect biome for rehabilitation, balancing vegetation, specific food and decor needs, and whether they can cohabitate with each other. So if you liked Planet Zero Zoo Tycoon, this might be one to keep your eye on. You can also negotiate with villagers who don't trust magic anymore, make choices that affect the entire region, and help shape the relationship between people, creatures, and magic. I was so pleasantly surprised with this demo. I honestly think it has such a unique concept, and it felt pretty polished even with it being a demo. I think it's going to be a hidden gem when it releases. After that, I played the demo for this cozy board game cafe simulator where customers come to eat, drink, and play board games. Dragon's Brew reminded me a bit of Traveler's Rest in terms of the management gameplay, and there are over 100 recipes and board games for you to offer to customers, plus a skill tree where you can unlock new games and dishes over time. With an in-game calendar system, certain dates affect which games are popular, seasons change, and even the food you serve will influence which games people choose to play. The map is also bigger than I expected, and it has multiple shops to explore. This one is worth wishlisting if you enjoy management-style games with a cozy vibe and a pixel art style. Lost and Found Company is an upcoming hidden object game that has a surprisingly fun story. You play as an intern at a magical startup that finds lost items. The game has an absolutely gorgeous, vibrant art style with environments that are detailed enough to give you a real challenge, but also aren't hard enough that you want to rip your hair out. There is a hint system, and you can even earn additional hints by finding special hidden items. I also greatly appreciated that the hints weren't total giveaways. You still kind of had to think it through, and the difficulty was well balanced. There are story missions and separate side requests, so there's plenty to do, and it feels really satisfying to 100% an area. The next demo is a really special indie game, and I'll explain why. Llamalandia is an adorable adventure game where you play as a llama, build your own sanctuary, and rescue other llamas, and complete puzzles to unlock secrets. It's the first console game developed in Bolivia, and it was recently selected for the Latin American Game Showcase. You can explore everything from golden deserts to snowy magical peaks and collect new llamas along the way. There are also plenty of other adorable creatures you'll find like armadillos and alpacas while you're out collecting resources for buildings like barns and crop fields back at your sanctuary. You'll want to continue building up your sanctuary because there are certain puzzles out in the world that require a certain number of llamas. This one will be worth wishlisting for you if you generally enjoy indie games and also like cute puzzle games. There is no official release date announced yet, but the demo is still out right now on Steam if you want to give it a try for yourself. This adorable adventure game has you play as an otter trying to get back to your family. You can explore an island full of life and hidden surprises, talk to and complete little quests for other animals, and unlock new mechanics like being able to climb. You'll collect a variety of different resources as you wander around and even dive underwater. Otterly Lost is the quintessential cozy game. It's slower paced and very relaxing, and you could spend a lot of time just getting lost in the underwater world or watching little Otto chill on the surface with their little rocks. There's also some light platforming and puzzle elements, and the full version will include customization with different outfits. My only issue with the game is that the required resources to progress were actually somewhat hard to find. If you're into cute and cozy exploration games, Otterly Lost's demo is still available on Steam. I then played the demo for this upcoming farming sim that is reminiscent of Stardew Valley, but with a twist. Instead of just moving to a new town, the premise is that you're reborn and sent there by the moon goddess. In My Heaven's Dale, you've got the staples like fishing, mining, foraging, planting, etc., but the game is much more forgiving with time and stamina compared to other farming and life sims. Honestly, maybe even a little too forgiving, because I personally found that the game's pacing might not be matched up with the amount of activities you can do, at least in the demo. Full game will probably add more features. It even teleports you home around 10 p.m, so if you're in the mines late, you don't have to worry about coming home or passing out. There's also an achievement room that acts like a museum system, and there are even trophies for getting full friendship with each of the NPCs. And yes, there's romance. 6 bachelors and 6 bachelorettes. The Steam page says there'll be over 40 quests to help the townspeople, and a storyline where you might even be able to travel to the moon and build a house there too. This one is worth wishlisting if you like farming and life sims that are maybe not as robust as Stardew Valley, but much more forgiving with time management. In this game, you're running and managing an inn for monsters. If you played Bear and Breakfast, this one will feel a bit familiar to you. You can clean and decorate the inn, assign rooms, cook meals, harvest materials for crafting, and work on raising your star rating. In Monsterest, new monster guests visit every day, and you can gradually build friendships with them to keep them coming back. Once you've raised your friendship enough to unlock the ability to hang out with them, they can actually end up helping you with your daily tasks like fishing, mining, and chopping down trees. Each guest has a different skill they focus on, and if you bring them along to do the skill they're good at, it greatly speeds up how fast you can complete the task. They'll also ask you for little favors, like crafting certain items, and if you want to get out and explore the actual town, you'll need to upgrade your tools at the blacksmith to gain access to new areas. This next one is absolutely worth wishlisting even if you don't always enjoy puzzles, which I also sometimes struggle with, but I really enjoyed the demo for Origament. It's a puzzle platformer where you place an actual letter on their way to be delivered. Origament might have one of the most creative concepts I've seen in a while. You can glide, float, roll, and swap between a variety of origami shapes which act as different abilities. Switching between each ability and shape is responsive, and the game nails that spot between being not too hard to be frustrating, but it does make you think about which ability to use and when. The game is absolutely charming, and it's clear that there's an underlying story that begs to be uncovered. The demo included both a tranquil level of discovery and an exciting level of action as you ride a minecart while dodging obstacles. Each level like that will take place in a different area or location, and there are clues sprinkled in that will give you hints to the bigger picture of the game. Some of the mechanics are honestly just really clever, and it's fun to try to find side paths or figure out which combination of abilities to use. If you were a fan of Pokemon Snap, this next one is probably already worth wishlisting for you. Snap Quest is a photography adventure game that also has you snapping pictures of different creatures, but it has additional gameplay mechanics and is a bit more quest-driven. The premise is that your grandmother lost years of her research as a photographer and she needs help reclaiming it. You can explore a variety of areas on an island, each with their own day and night cycle, and snap photos of adorable creatures acting out different behaviors. You can also complete quests for townspeople and collect blueprints from objects to help decorate the town. There also seems to be something mysterious happening on the island that you'll have to figure out. The dialogue in the game is witty, and I love their variety of creature animations and the mix of quests. Plus, the completionist in me obviously loves the photo collecting. Some shots are actually kind of tricky to get, and you'll have to be creative by interacting with some objects around you. You can also collect different components for your camera and use the coins you get to upgrade them. My only issue is that the map shows you exactly where you need to take photos, which can cut down on your own exploration, but it does help when you're hunting for those last few shots you might have missed. This next one comes with a few caveats, but if you've been searching for an Animal Crossing clone, this will probably scratch that itch, as long as you're okay with some AI. Campfire Cozy Friends is a free upcoming game that looks like it's going to have some kind of possible monetization system, but it wasn't implemented at the time of playing. AI comes into play with a chat system, so if you ever wanted to tell one of your villagers you just really like pizza, you're free to do so, and they'll actually remember it. You're essentially collecting resources, building, and restoring this island while recruiting new villagers, but I'm curious about how this one is going to be received. If you are a Nintendogs fan or someone enjoy idle sandbox games, Capybara Spa also might be worth wishlisting. I found this one to be cute as a capybara fan, but in terms of actual gameplay, it was a bit lacking. You're essentially a streaming capybara that has made it big, and you have to keep growing your popularity by continuing to stream, earning money for bigger and better decor items, and even outfits that you can wear. I personally couldn't try out the streaming aspect of the game because I, for the life of me, could not get my capybara in good enough mood to stream, but there's just not too much to this game yet in my opinion. For those of you who love cleanup simulators, this one will definitely be worth wishlisting. Restore Your Island is a game where you can rebuild an abandoned island by selling the trash you find, upgrading your tools, and watching the world around you slowly come back to life. It starts off a little slow when you're just manually cleaning, but the moment you unlock new mechanics and start upgrading your tools, it opens up and becomes more addicting. The full version will let you customize your cabin, and you can buy food for more energy or fertilize the trees for them to drop fruit for you to eat. I'm really hoping they add the ability to travel to and eventually also restore nearby islands in the full version, and yes, you can pet the dog. There are additional gameplay mechanics that allow you to save trapped animals and use a radar to try and find treasures that'll sell for more money. This upcoming co-op game might feel a bit familiar. You'll manage your own restaurant, complete quests, and start collecting and eventually growing your own ingredients. If you have experience with Overcooked, I think you'll settle right into the cooking chores and management of Pao Pao. But the real magic is what happens outside of the restaurant. There are arcade-style minigames, a daily menu you can customize, and even a market where you can buy what you need for the day if you don't want to fish or grow your own ingredients. There are so many delightful interactions built into this world, and there's way more to this game than I expected. It's honestly just fun to go around exploring and seeing what you can interact with. I would say Pao Pao is definitely worth wishlisting if you're a co-op fan or a cooking management game fan. The demo for Mazey Village was a really pleasant surprise. It's a cozy town restoration game, and it's gotten me super excited for the full release. You play as a cartographer who maps out maze-like regions to unlock new areas, help villagers, complete quests, and rebuild the town all in an adorable art style. It's a relaxing, cute game that just has something addictive about it for me. The puzzles aren't too difficult, and unlocking chests or new routes and biomes feels rewarding. Each villager has their own personality, and their requests are unique enough that I remember them when I'm out exploring. You can interact with every animal you find to get them to follow you around, and some of them will even be able to help you with certain quests. I found the concept of the game to be really refreshing and unique, while bringing in elements of some of my other favorite cozy games. This last one comes with a lot of hype, but also with some mixed reviews from those who played the demo. This Mongolian-inspired open-world game has you playing as a courier delivering cargo on horseback in a gorgeous setting. In the Legend of Khiimori, you'll run into wolves, bears, and snakes that can attack you, and you can either choose to hunt them with your bow and arrow or craft repellents to keep them away. Completing quests and mapping new routes will raise your courier level, which will unlock more missions and upgrades. Your horse will need regular feeding, watering, and brushing, but it's not overly demanding. It feels real enough without interrupting gameplay or missions. You can also gather items from horseback and craft supplies, but you'll need to manage your horse's weight balance equally when loading up on cargo. Part of the mixed reviews came from performance issues and calling the game boring, but I found it to be relaxing and engaging enough I would say it's worth wishlisting for cozy game fans or fans of horse games. Hopefully you found some new games to keep an eye on, and if you want to see what I ranked every game I played last year, check out this video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.